We're in Las Vegas for the second round of the World Cup. Jules Bianco on pole from A.G.E, Harun-Yan, and then it's Antonio Luizzi, Gregorian, Pierre Gasly, and Singh. Well, you know how it works, so you should have watched the first round of the group stages, regular F1 points, but if you score the least, as all 5 lights go on, and we go underway, if you score the least points, you get knocked out. And off the line, Jules Bianchi with an amazing start coming through the first turn. And in that France car, representing his own country as everyone else does. Luizzi currently in second. Yes, I am having a problem pronouncing these names, as there goes Pierre Gasly up into the lead from 5th on the grid. And for France, this is going out perfectly, holding out a 1-2 compared to Armenia, who are currently 4th and 5th, and Italy, who are 3rd and 6th. As it stands, I believe that Armenia would be the team leaving here with the least amount of points. Looking at Vitantonio again, currently in 3rd, and he's going to have to fend off his own teammate Singh. But Pierre Gasly leads the way from childhood friend Jules Bianchi and Vitantonio Luizzi. We go on board with the second of the Armenia drivers. I'm not even going to try and pronounce their names. As down the inside goes his own teammate, Harun-Yan. And he's on the medium tyres. So Armenia, even though this is a shortened race, Jules Bianchi has actually swapped with his teammate. Now this is actually seeming to be quite the strategy from France. Armenia going quite a bit longer on with the tyres, with Harun-Yan trying to go to around lap 6, I'd guess, on his mediums. And I'm going to try Gregorian, going to try to go to at least lap 8, but I'm not completely sure on how long they're going to go, as we see the two France drivers swapping positions. And I feel like this is all part of their plan, because if they give each other the drag reduction system, as you can see down the straights, they're going to start pulling away from the Italians behind them. Everyone running Noah's Ark so far, with 10 laps to go here in Vegas. It is daytime as well. And there goes Pierre Gasly, sending it down the inside into the 3rd to last turn on his own teammate, Jules Bianchi, who has currently got the fastest lap of the group stage. And as he comes across the line, does he set a faster time? Yes, he does. It's a 1:24.299 for the French driver. Looking at Armenia's car, currently in 5th place, his teammate 2 seconds down the road, and that's behind him. Armenia doesn't look like they're going to make it far in the World Cup compared to Italy, and especially compared to France. The two drivers in the France car looking absolutely perfect when they drive around the circuit. Sorry for being so silent for this long. As we see Haru Yin-Yang on the back of Vitantonio Luizzi. Singe has gone himself up into third place. He's passed his teammate, I believe. He missed that overtake, but we're not going to miss this one. Haru Yin-Yang for Armenia getting himself up into fourth place, which means that he's now splitting the two Italians. It's not going to do him all that well in terms of giving Armenia more points, because third gives out 3 more points than second, and fourth only gives out 2 more points than fifth. And as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see the timing tower, which gives you the gaps of all the drivers, as we see Vitantonio Luizzi and Haru Yin-Yang fighting over fourth place. On the timing tower, you can see the gaps between the drivers, and that gap between the two France drivers, it's opened up to 1.4 seconds, but the gap between Bianchi and Singh is 2 seconds, I believe. No, this is actually gaps between to the leader. I don't know, we should really have between drivers as an option. Makes it more interesting. But Singh sending it down the inside on Jules Bianchi. But Jules has it covered for now. Singh is going to get another DRS helping going through turn 3. And he's in the wall! Oh my goodness me, we've got a virtual safety car out of the race. Has just gone. And Singe. So we're now under virtual safety car conditions. What this basically is a full course yellow, which means that the entire course under yellow flag. We go back racing again. Gasly from Bianchi, from Luizzi, from Haru Yin-Yang, and Gregorian. I cannot pronounce the last names of the Armenian drivers, but I'm still going to keep trying, or else that's the point of me even commentating over this. But now Bianchi, he's only 4 tenths off the back of his own teammate. Those soft tyres beginning to go off the cliff in performance, so maybe even mediums could do all the way through to lap 7, and as for the hards, lap 9 might be the cut-off point. And so Jules Bianchi takes the lead in the second group stage. But as far as the Armenian drivers go, for Gregorian, he can take the lead here as long as he can hold on to the back of the rest of the pack, but he absolutely isn't doing that now. He's quite a way slower than his own teammate. Does he need to pit? Does he have a puncture or something like that? Well, he's not that slow, so I don't know what's happened with him. Is he going to pit at the end of this lap? Because no, he's staying out, so he doesn't have a puncture or anything like that. But my goodness me, Armenia look absolutely abhorrent out here. Maybe the track's just not suiting their car that they've had to build for this. I don't know, but if anything, it's not an ideal day for them. But Bianchi leading the way into France 1-2, as it has been for almost the entirety of this race. It was that one moment where Singe got himself up into second, but you know, he's out of the race now. His teammates taken his third position. So as far as Italy making it through, looks quite a bit less certain now. As Gasly on the inside line with those very worn out soft tire wolf tires, he gets himself into second. And one of these France drivers is probably going to come into the pits. And that driver is going to be Jules Bianchi. Now we should be able to take a look at this pit stop from the France team. Italy's is Vitantonio Luizzi also going to come into the pits. That was a pretty clean stop from Jules Bianchi, the Ferrari Junior driver, outside of this. As we see Pierre Gasly hitting the wake. And yeah, look at the gap between Harinthian, Haru Yinyan, I got it wrong, so wrong, and Gasly. That's 7 whole seconds. And as we see with Gregorian and Bianchi, the gap between them is literally nothing. So Gregorian's an entire pit stop behind the race leader. And all he can really do is hold up Bianchi, but that's not going to help them because this is a real team effort. And there is Pierre Gasly leading the way, 11 seconds ahead of Haru Yinyan. And then it's Jules Bianchi of France and Gregorian. I'm sorry about the pronunciation things. But into the pits comes Pierre Gasly. Medium tyres onto the France car, and they will take him to the end of the race. And yeah, Harurian also in. So Pierre Gasly is going to take the lead from... No, it's not Pierre Gasly. It's Jules Bianchi who takes the lead, sorry, from Pierre Gasly off the Gregorian pits. But here's the question on everyone's mind. With Gregorian on the hard tyres, that far ahead of... That's not actually going to help him too much as Pierre Gasly goes by. Those hard tyres, as you can see, already going off the cliff. He is currently the only driver left to make a pit stop. And if he doesn't make a pit stop, he's going to be lost. If he makes a pit stop, he's going to be lost because of how slow his car is. I don't know what Armenia can really do here. The drivers are giving it absolutely everything, but the team itself just doesn't have the worthwhile machinery. On board with the third-placed Armenia driver as well, and he's been caught by Vitantonio Luizzi. There's that blue France machine right behind him. Fiat powered, and Fiat are going to power Luizzi to third place here as they come through the final turn. He's got quite the slipstream heading down into turn 1. And with 3 laps to go, Vitantonio Luizzi regains third place with quite the fine move. onto the penultimate lap of the race then. Jules Bianchi still leading the way from Pierre Gasly, but Harurian has gotten himself up into third place as Luizzi has had to make another stop, it seems. Gregorian still out on those hard tyres, and he's run out of laps to pit. I think he might get disqualified if the mandatory pit stop rules are enforced. I'm not too sure if they will get enforced. Luizzi, however, still on the back of the Armenia car, so it's not over yet. But do you want to know who else is on the back of the car ahead? It's Pierre Gasly. And he's going to get DRS coming down the Las Vegas Strip. So watch this space, because he could actually get ahead of his own teammate, which will help his morals as he goes on to pastures new after the World Cup. He gets into the lead, but it's still that France 1-2 that we've seen all race long. So coming down into the final turn, which is more of a little kink than a full turn. Like, it's not even treated as a turn. Like, you see this? Is that a turn? We go into the final lap of this group stage here in Las Vegas. Pierre Gasly leads from Jules Bianchi and Harurian. Then it's Antonio Luizzi and Gregorian. We've lost from the race Isinj after an incident around halfway through the race, where after passing Bianchi for second, he hit the wall. But out in front, Pierre Gasly, the man who also has the fastest lap of the race, has actually extended his lead to 1.7 seconds and has set a purple first sector. Purple first sector from Pierre Gasly then, going onto the Las Vegas Strip. 2.3 seconds the gap. They are just wanting to hold on to this win. It's 1-2 that France currently has. And to be completely honest, that is insanely smart. So as he comes into the W section, Harurian setting a fastest second sector of anybody. It's going to be Pierre Gasly and Jules Bianchi taking home a 1-2 finish for France in the World Cup. But Pierre Gasly for France takes home the fastest lap and the race win in the second group stage from Jules Bianchi and Harurian. And it's with Antonio Luizzi, who's just come across the line, and Gregorian for Armenia. Singe out of the race quite a bit earlier on. I can't believe he actually went the entire race distance on those hard tyres. And they've only just begun to fall away from him. And this is your podium then. Pierre Gasly and Jules Bianchi, both French drivers with the 1-2. And you're going to hear the French national anthem.